The air in Willow Creek Heights carried the heavy sweetness of jasmine, a scent that usually promised lazy summer evenings and quiet charm. But in this manicured neighborhood, where every house was painted in HOA-approved shades of beige and taupe, that sweetness felt almost suffocating. This was a place where conformity wasn't just encouraged, it was practically law. Residents pored over the HOA newsletter like it was scripture, and any deviation from the rules was met with swift judgment. For Elena Carter, a seasoned animal cruelty investigator, her tidy little home here was supposed to be a refuge. After years of confronting the darkest sides of human nature, starved dogs, abused horses, and worse, her house was meant to be a shield against the ugliness she faced daily. She shared it with her husband, Nathan, a soft-spoken software engineer whose calm logic balanced her fiery passion, and their 9-year-old daughter, Lily, a quiet girl with soulful brown eyes that seemed to carry the weight of the world. Lily wasn't like other kids. 2 years ago, a car accident nearly took her life, leaving faint scars on her skin and deeper ones in her mind, crippling anxiety and PTSD that could turn a crowded room into a nightmare. Her lifeline was Charlie, a golden retriever VYC dog trained to sense her panic attacks, press his warm body against her, ground her, and shield her from overwhelming situations. Charlie wasn't just a pet. He was Lily's shadow, her protector, her everything. His gentle presence made the world feel less terrifying, less loud. But their fragile peace was under siege, chipped away by the relentless malice of Victoria Hale. Victoria didn't just live in Willow Creek Heights, she ruled it. Or so she thought. With her perfectly styled silver hair and designer outfits, she patrolled the neighborhood like a queen, her sharp eyes catching every blade of grass that dared grow too long. As a powerful HOA board member, her word was law, delivered with a smile that never reached her icy eyes. For reasons Elena could only chalk up to pure spite, Victoria despised Charlie. To her, he was a walking insult to her pristine, orderly world of furry, shedding chaos that didn't belong. She ignored his VYC vest, dismissed the ADA laws Elena patiently explained, and ranted at HOA meetings about his size, calling him a health hazard. She even slipped VY-Loop pamphlets about dog diseases into Elena's mailbox, each one a jab at Charlie's existence. It got worse. Victoria tried to push a new rule banning large dogs, a clear attack on Charlie. Elena, armed with her legal expertise and years of fighting for animals, shut it down at a packed HOA meeting, her voice steady but fierce. Victoria's face turned a furious shade of red, her defeat public and humiliating. Instead of backing off, her hatred grew, festering like a wound. Neighbors whispered about her obsessive cooking, the greasy smell of frying oil drifting from her kitchen, a stark contrast to the jasmine air. Elena caught her glaring from her window, her lips moving in what looked like silent curses as Lily and Charlie played in their fenced backyard. One sunny Saturday, Elena was knee-deep in her vegetable garden, the rich smell of soil calming her nerves. Nathan was out running errands, and Lily was in the backyard, her voice bright as she read fairy tales to Charlie. The dog sprawled happily on the grass, his tail thumping, his eyes fixed on Lily with pure devotion. It was perfect until a faint clink, like metal on metal, cut through the air from Victoria's yard. Elena paused, a chill running through her. Victoria was always fussing in her garden, but something about that sound felt wrong, like a warning her investigators couldn't ignore. Then it happened. A piercing yelp shattered the afternoon, a sound so raw it barely seemed to come from Charlie. It was pure agony, followed instantly by Lily's scream, a cry that ripped through Elena like a knife. "Mommy, Charlie's hurt. Help him." Elena sprinted, her heart pounding, gardening gloves falling to the lawn. She rounded the house and froze. Charlie was thrashing on the grass, his golden fur drenched in a dark, smoking liquid that burned through his coat. The stench of charred flesh hit her, twisting her stomach. Boiling oil. Someone had poured it over the fence, turning her daughter's lifeline into a writhing, screaming wreck. Lily knelt beside him, sobbing, her hands hovering, too scared to touch. "Mommy, please, he's hurting so bad." Elena's mind split mother's heartbreak, investigator's focus. "Lily, don't touch him. It's still hot," she barked, VYing her phone at her daughter. "Call 911. Tell them our address. Say my Sare VYC dog's been attacked with boiling oil. Tell them investigator Elena Carter needs police and a vet now. Say the attacker might still be here." Lily, trembling, fumbled with the phone as Charlie's cries weakened into pitiful whimpers, his body shaking, blisters forming under his ruined fur. Elena grabbed the garden hose, spraying cool water over Charlie's burns, a desperate attempt to ease his pain. She scanned to fence nothing but ivy and silence on Victoria's side. Sirens wailed, and Officer Daniels, a cop Elena knew, arrived, his face grim. "What happened?" he asked, taking the scene. "Boiling oil, thrown over the fence," Elena said, her voice tight. "I heard a clink, then Charlie screamed. Victoria Hale's got a history with him. Lily's inside, safe. Charlie needs a vet now." The animal ambulance arrived, stabilizing Charlie with pain meds and rushing him to the ICU. Nathan raced home, his face pale with shock, and Elena followed the ambulance, her mind a storm of grief and rage. The investigation crawled. Victoria, cool and dismissive, claimed she was on the phone with her cousin during the attack. Her kitchen smelled faintly of oil, but no pot was found. Local teens, known for vandalism, had alibis. A fired landscaper had skipped town, a faint lead that led nowhere. Charlie clung to life, his surgeries endless, his pain unbearable. Lily VY cited daily, whispering to him, her small hand stroking his unburned fur. Elena, on leave but relentless, pored over photos, Rainter VY EU'd neighbors, chasing any clue. The oil was generic, the fence clean of prints. The case felt cold. Then a nervous neighbor, Mrs. Grayson, called. "I didn't say before Victoria scares me," she stammered. But her nephew James was there that day, heating a big pot of oil in her yard. It looked strange. Elena tracked James down, a jittery kid in his 20s. Under questioning, he cracked. Victoria had asked him to heat oil for rats under the fence, saying her stove wasn't strong enough. He'd done it. Uneasy, then she'd sent him inside. He was horrified when shown Charlie's burns, swearing he didn't know her plan. James's story led to a search warrant. In Victoria's bedroom, hidden under scarves, were journals pages of madness. She ranted about Charlie, Elena, her obsession with control. One entry, days before the attack, chilled Elena. "The dog mocks my authority. It must go. James will help, unaware. The oil is ready." The trial was a spectacle. Victoria, defiant at first, unraveled as James testified, tears in his eyes. The journals, read aloud, painted a portrait of twisted entitlement. Elena took the stand, her voice breaking as she described that day. Then the prosecutor asked about Charlie's past with Victoria. 2 years earlier, Victoria had stumbled into traffic after a fender bender. Charlie, walking with Elena and Lily, had lunged, barking, pulling her to safety seconds before a truck roared past. He'd save her life. Victoria had brushed it off, complaining about her soiled coat. The courtroom gasped. The jury stared at Victoria, her face ashen. A traffic cop's report confirmed Ida Golden Retriever had saved an unnamed woman. Charlie's heroism against Victoria's cruelty sealed her fate. The judge, voice dripping with disgust, sentenced Victoria to 10 years for animal cruelty and endangering Lily. Her assets, including her house, were sold to cover Charlie's vet bills and Lily's therapy. She was banned from owning animals for life. Charlie served VY Ved, scarred and limping, his Sare VYC days over. But his spirit and his bond with Lily held strong. Lily's drawings turned from monsters to Charlie in a superhero cape, his scars like lightning bolts. On quiet afternoons, she'd read to him on the back steps, her voice steadier, their love a beacon in the jasmine air. Elena knew justice was hard-won, but seeing Lily and Charlie together made it worth it. Victoria, cloaked in suburban respectability, was unmasked as a monster. But questions linger. Was Victoria's hatred just personal, or did the HOA's obsession with control push her over the edge? Could James have stopped her? And what about Charlie's selfless act? Does it make Victoria's betrayal even worse? Share your thoughts below, like if this story hit you hard, and subscribe for more tales that spark debate. What would you have done in Elena's shoes? Is 10 years enough for Victoria's crime?